no, let me share the board. So actually, so you can say that there's a river right in front of it.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
of course.
Yeah.
So you get a nice river view.
I get a
Yeah,
nice.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And starting, so you said from 2 weeks ago, say starting 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
starting
your memory
2 weeks
is very
ago.
good. Yeah.
Of course. So now you need to use present perfect because you should say we've been seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been seeing.
Of course, seeing, because, this is a period of time. We've been seeing, okay? This one is better. So we saw, and a lot of planes, a bunch.
A punch. A punch. A
Bunch
punch
of
of
planes,
plane.
of course, a bunch,
Yes.
okay? Fly by every day.
Fly by
Yeah,
every
of
day.
course. And it's like I want to give you, like, you can also use the word fleet. Fleet means a group of planes, okay? So
Yes.
for example,
Fleet.
a fleet
Fleet.
of, I don't know, fighter, a fleet of, for example, like planes, okay? So you can say that a whole fleet of them, a lot of them, a group of them. And of course, they've been training and doing actually different performances to prepare for Liberty Day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. And I want to give you, if you mean that actually they show some, something in the air, usually, so you can see sometimes planes actually show or display performances like, something in the air. So that is actually aerial performance.
Aerial
Of
performance.
course, of course.
Aerial.
Yeah,
Aerial
of course. So they
performance.
fly, of course, and they do it. It's like, for example, you can see actually they are getting ready for that day. Okay, so you can use this.
Aerial
And
performance.
yeah, of course. And for president, the building that president used to live. So please use when you're talking about something that happened in the past and you know that stop and not true now
Yeah.
at present. So used to. Yeah, the building where the president used to live. Okay, back then. So you can use back then when you're referring to the past time, specific time. Back then is really at that time.
At
Back then.
the back then.
At
Back
that
then.
time means at that time. Okay? Yeah.
Yes.
For example, things were very different back then. So that is at that time. So you can, and of course, they gather and march. So that is really good. So of course, play and people, of course, and in front of like White House or that building, of course, they military gather
Military gather.
and march. Yeah, right in front of
Okay.
actually that place. Well, okay, and that's it. Sorry for
Yeah.
correcting your answer, but I have to. Well,
Yeah, very good.
okay.
Very nice. Expression,
You're
teacher.
welcome. You're welcome. And of course, by the way, I like your shirt, your blouse. I think it's a kind of blouse. Like, I like those flowers. That pattern is perfect. It's like
Yes.
so
It's hot
spring, like,
here in summer. Yes, because the
yeah.
summer is coming, so it's very hot here because
Ah,
we are tropical raining country, so it's very hot. Excuse me, teacher. My battery is running out. Wait for me one moment, teacher.
sure, sure.
It's okay now. I
Very
just
good.
yeah, recharge my computer.
Okay. Well, recharge my computer, or my computer runs out of battery. So of course, different phrases that you can use. And so wait for me, or hang on. So you can also say hang on. That is really good. Okay. So hold on, hang on. That is really good, of course. So yeah, of course, you can charge your laptop, and you can say it's about to die. This is something that we normally, it's about to
Yes,
die.
it's about to die. It's about to die.
Of course, so you can use. So of course, it's a kind of course, it's a slang. Okay, when you want to say that battery is almost empty, so you can use it. Yeah. Well, or of course, out of battery. It's
Out
almost
of
out of battery. Of course, it's out of, yeah.
out of
So you
out
should
of
plug, of course, plug it in. You should plug it in.
it.
Okay, you need to
Plug
connect, actually, yeah, to, yeah. So you need to connect it to a power source. So you plug, so I need to plug it in. Okay. Well, and let's see what we have today. As I remember last session, we were talking about networking, right? And
yes.
of course, yeah, I remember that we discussed this word. And now we have another word that is, I think, tap
Into
into. Yes, we did. Yeah, we talked about it, right? Yes.
yes, teacher.
And show up, the last word. So what do you think about this? Show up. So as you can see, to arrive somewhere, but it's not only arriving somewhere. So in order to join a group of people, especially late, or for example, we have online classes, okay? And I should show up on time. What is that? The meaning of it? First of all, actually, let's see if this one is common or no. Yes, it's very casual, and we use it all the time. So it's really common phrase. And to arrive, okay, it can be a meeting, appointment, place, okay? So like to appear somewhere. Of course, sometimes, I can't say always, but often when someone arrives later than expected, we use it. So, finally, for example, he showed up. So this way, but not always, often, okay? For example, my friend didn't show up to the party until midnight. It means she arrived very late to the party. So you can use this phrasal verb. And of course, I like it. It's a good one. So he didn't show up until 9:30. It means he arrived very late. So
Yes.
this is the word. Okay. And now let's see. We have a video that we want to watch together. So watch the video. And of course, let's see. We have some questions that we will talk about. And now, first, let me play this video to watch. You can take some notes, and then we will watch it. We'll talk about it. Well, let me, one moment. Okay. I think unit that is 5. Maybe this one. Well, let me share the board again. I think you can see it now.
Yes, I can see
Yes.
and I can hear. Yes.
It's that time again. You need another internship to bolster your college applications. Last year, you worked at a local art museum, helping organize their collection and giving tours to visitors. This year, it's going to be much more difficult. You want to work on an organic farm across the country in California. That's your real passion. Unfortunately, your friends list of contacts doesn't include organic farmers. The same for your parents' group of friends. They want to help you, but they simply don't know of any internships in agriculture. The school counselor, she just laughed. To make your farming dreams come true, your You're going to have to press beyond your strong ties, people like your family and closest friends, and try tapping into your weaker ties. Weak ties are a broader network, your friends of friends of friends. They're important because they have access to resources that your strong ties don't have. This works in both directions, by the way. You have access to resources that they don't have. Let's say most people speak to 3 close friends on a regular basis. Each time you reach beyond the next degree of contacts, you have access to 3 more people, like a tree that branches out 3 times per node. So you can look beyond your closest circles. During the last family get-together, didn't you hear that your aunt's friend studied lighting with a nature photographer on the West Coast? In fact, you recall this because you saw a recent image by said photographer on the front cover of the New York Times. So you email him and learn that the photographer's wife's cousin publishes a sustainability magazine which employs a staff writer who pitches on a local baseball team with an umpire who, wait for it, is an organic farmer. Bingo. Get ready to trade in those cufflinks for some apple seeds, all because you reached out to your weak ties. That's your key, remember? Every conversation is an opportunity. Moreover, don't wait for opportunity. Make it happen. Take Catherine Minshew, for example. She went from not knowing anyone at Yahoo to 3 warm introductions to major executives in 30 days. Here are her suggestions for 3 steps to networking. 1. Always say yes to invitations, even if it's not clear what you'll get out of the meeting. Many of Catherine's most productive relationships resulted from a meeting or call without a clear agenda. 2. When you want something, broadcast it to everyone you meet. That doesn't mean you beg everyone for help as soon as you meet them, but talk about what you're trying to do. Be excited, ask for feedback, and try to get them excited too. 3. Show up and often. Be at the forefront of others' minds when opportunities arise. You don't want to be that person who only shows up when he needs something. Be the one that people think of and want to reach out to when a new opportunity presents itself. So while networking may not be the most intuitive, or even for some of you introverts, the most comfortable skill, it's a helpful tool to have as you think about getting a job, going to school, or most importantly, learning from others. Good luck!
Well, what do you think? Of course, most of us, maybe we have some people like, close circle around us, like, including some people. It can be, of course, family, friends, close friends, sometimes acquaintances. So people who we know, but they are not friends, like neighbor, okay? But actually, it's better to expand it. So can you tell me that what, first of all, if you follow these tips or no, and how actually they're important when
Yes.
actually, yeah, communicating with people and why we need it?
Yes. At the end of the video, the author said 3 tips to enlarge networking. Firstly, never say no. Always say yes with invitation. Yes, and I didn't hear about the second tip, but the third tip I remember that show up on time. I think so, and smile when we meet each other. And this video the sound is low, a little bit low, teacher. So it's difficult to hear at our
Ah,
side, at
okay,
my
so you
end.
couldn't, okay,
Yeah.
so let me give you some maybe key points so that you need. So about the video, actually, it's about, as you just realized, it's about networking and the way and the importance of it. So why is it important to, of course, communicate with people, to have more people around you? So actually, the first one, always say yes to invitations. So why? Of course, if you're not sure what you will get out of it. So it's like, okay, a lot of gatherings and, of course, they, the best connections, come from meetings or, for example, Carl, that you didn't have a clear agenda, like, suddenly happened and you said, yes, let's go, why not? And then maybe you met someone, or for example, you knew someone that was really important in your life. Yeah, so this is the first one. Because of this, always say yes to invitation, even sometimes when you have no idea. Okay, if no, if yes, if no, I'm not sure. Say yes.
Yeah.
The second one, when you want something, put it out there. Actually, she said broadcast. Do you remember? I said broadcast, maybe put it out.
Yeah.
Let people know. Why not? Okay. Like, for example, of course, it doesn't mean that, you know, just, I don't know, just being with people just for help. No, it doesn't mean, but if you need something, talk about it. So for example, I don't know, talk about what you're working on, okay? So be excited, so let people know. And of course, show up and often. What is that?
So,
Of course,
and
yeah, of course, be
yeah.
top of mind when opportunities pop up. It means that is really important. So of course, you don't want to be the person who only shows up when you need something. You know, some people, you know, for example, if they need you, they show up. Ah, hi, my dear friend, I'm here with you. When you have nothing to do with you, where are they? Okay, they actually don't exist. We have no idea where they are. So you are
Yeah.
not the one who only shows up when they need. It's not good because people don't accept you anymore. If you show up often, so you are always there, so why not? And actually, you should be the person people think of. For example, when new opportunities come around. New opportunities come around. Even if networking isn't the most natural thing for maybe you, but actually, if you are, especially if you're an introvert person, that is really important. It's super useful actually for getting a job, going to, for example, school. So for everything, when you show up, you always, people can see you. Of course, when I'm thinking about, for example, a good accountant, the first person that comes to your mind is you. So that is really important. But when you're not just, you know, here, I actually forget. So that is really important because of this. So always say yes. If you need something, put it out there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
put it out there. To
Out,
be excited to talk about it,
yeah.
of course. And what
Out
is the
there.
meaning of put it out there? It means to share or talk about something.
Yeah. Or talk about something.
Of
Talk
course.
about something. Yes.
Especially openly, easily, just, you know, talk about it. Why not? Yes. And the last one, that's show up and often. Show up
Show
and
up
often. Of course.
and
Of
and
course.
show
Yeah.
up and so show
Yeah,
up
of course.
and
Yeah.
yes.
Of course. Yeah, actually, I say that you want to be top of mind. Another phrase that is top of mind. What is the meaning of it? Try to
In my
be top of mind. It means everyone think about you. So that is
I
really
think
important. If you
I
actually, if you are, of course, if you want to be top of mind, it means you want people thinking about you. Someone actually is thinking about you or ideas. So that is really important to try to be. So show up, be everywhere, and of course, this way you can be top of mind. Everyone think about you. That is really important. Well, of course, good tips. So, because normally we don't care, like we have, I don't know, some people around us, and but opportunities actually come with people. Yeah, sometimes you come across someone, I don't know, in the bank or somewhere else. Okay, if you try to maybe have this person, maybe one day, who knows, this person can be really helpful and can play a really important role in your business or your life. That is really important. Yeah. Well, and yes, just this. Uh, let's keep going with actually the rest of it. There are some questions. Okay. Well, I ask you,
opportunity
yeah, how can networking be beneficial to our life?
be beneficial.
Useful, beneficial,
Ah,
useful.
you
How can, yeah.
How? I think that is very networking is very important for my life and my work. For my life, for example, when now I join some group of friends. For example, a group of high school classmate, and now even to that 20 years is that class, or we met and we learned together 20 years ago, but now we often share information in that group, and because we are the same age, so now we often share about our health, our children, and family situation, and sometimes we organize party and we gather. So for a long time when we meet each other, it's very I think that very good moment to talk about the past when we was young. Many things happened when we was young, so it's very I think that very helpful for my life, because I still can meet my friend when we was young. Very nice relationship.
Yeah, of course. Very
Yes.
good. Well, of course, networking is super important for, both personal and, of course, your work. So that is really important. So you are part of a group of friends. You are a part
Yes.
of a group of friends. Okay.
Yes.
School
Currently.
classmates, as you said, of
Yes.
course. High school
Yes.
classmates. Yes.
Yes, teacher. And beside that group, I joined a lot of group. Some of them are stock investor. Some of them
Yeah.
are apartment investor. Yes,
Oh.
investor. It means that both side, buy side and sell side also.
Ah, so
Yes,
this one I
yeah.
think is more useful. This one is
Yes,
more
very useful.
beneficial.
Yeah. And
That is really
accountant group, when we want to share, when we want to ask some information about the relating accounting
yeah.
regulation, we often chat in that group, or search on the internet. So it's very helpful, and because that group we can meet many that is the it means that many accountants from many companies join that group, so we can share about information. Beside the accounting knowledge, we can share about the different industry information also, because one company work in different industry. So for different industry we have a different way to make a financial report, so a little bit different. So it's useful for us to share the real knowledge, the practical knowledge uh, uh, um, uh, in different industry, and it's very interesting, because sometimes we find that at first, at the beginning, we think that accounting regulation, there's no different uh, um, uh, I mean that accounting standards. When we learn at school, I think that it will be the same for all industry. But in fact, it doesn't. It isn't. Every different industry has its own different way to do to make a financial report. And
Of course.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And
So
and
I have some around 10 groups with
oh,
different different categories.
Yeah, of course. So, yeah, that's really good. So actually, I think now we have two different actually category. The first one, you get, together with your old friends actually to talk about the old days and share information. So yeah, you can talk about the old days, and of course you can share information. The second group that I think is more important, of course, it's something, this group that thanks to that, this group, you actually get to connect with accountants actually from different companies and industries. That is really important. So you can exchange your information, share and exchange. So actually, beside, as you said, just accounting knowledge, you actually also just talk about maybe different industries. That is really important. So each company works in a different industry, so you can share. And, yeah, of course, the way of doing things, as you said, can be a little different in real world, So real world knowledge, actually, you are sharing real world knowledge.
Real world
Yeah,
knowledge.
of course. As you said, it's so different from what you learn from books. Yeah, that is like practical tips. That is really useful for, of course. So it's like about financial reports, about, for example, I don't know, exchanging information. So that can be really, I think this group is more beneficial. So this is the meaning of networking, actually. So, some people who can be really helpful in your actual life, of course, personal and work life. Well, and this one, do you agree that every conversation is an opportunity?
Yes, because I read some book. The authors advise that should have a lunch with different person. Every day we should have a lunch with different person. I think that I guess that the meaning of that advice is that if we maintain, we keep create new conversation with new person. So we have a lot of course, one conversation can give us an opportunity, some opportunity in some aspect. I think so. For example, some with some person we have an opportunity to in investment. For example, for some people we have a opportunity to share knowledge and to learn more from them. Yes. So I think that I agree, totally agree that every conversation is an opportunity.
First, definitely agree with you. And actually, the beginning, yeah, it's really, actually, it was really interesting. Yes, just, spend your time with different people. So that is really actually the author. Just let me say something. I read a book, the structure, that we only actually should focus on grammatical structures as well. So I read a book. Okay, so where the author suggested that we should have, we should have lunch with a different, for example, person every day. That is really, I guess the idea is perfect. And, it's behind advice, it's really a good way. Yeah, I like, having conversation with people, with new people, of course, create a lot of opportunities, like, maybe whether it's a chance to invest. I don't invest in project, share knowledge, so learn from others. So I think it's perfect. So I totally agree with you. Yeah, I think, yes, it create opportunities and you can use these opportunities. Well, and of course, we know that, yeah, as we just talked, of course, good networking skills is the key to success, and we discuss why it is. Well, Do you have
Yes.
any questions related to this topic? Yeah.
I think that networking is very important for today's life. And I think that because nowadays technology is developing a lot, so it's easy to connect easy to join and to join mm, a group on the internet, on social media, many times of social media like Facebook, like Twitter, for example. And I think that it's, we can easily create network, but the matter is that we need to choose we need to select the good group to join the most suitable group with our situation to join, and to save our time, because nowadays it seems that there are many interesting image and video on YouTube, on on internet. So it takes a lot of our time visiting internet every day. So I think that we should be a clever user of technology device, and we should I think that we just limit the time for chatting, for joining social group on internet, and other time we should reserve our time for doing exercise, for learning English, like join this class with you,
Of
for
course.
example.
Of
Yeah,
course.
so I
Of
think that,
course.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
of course.
And yeah, so I think that that is a good way to
Yeah.
for a good networking today.
Yeah, of course. Of course, as
Yeah.
you said, it's super easy, to connect with people and, of course, join groups online through social media and, of course, other platforms. So it's really easy. But as you said, we should be smart about how
Yes.
we use
Yeah.
technology. That is really important. As you said, so maybe some of them are relevant, situation relevant, but some no, irrelevant. So we should, okay, there are lots of just plenty of videos on YouTube or other platforms. So, and it's really easy to, waste a
Yeah.
lot of time browsing, just, this and that. So of course, it's really easy to waste our time. So we need to be smart how we use technology, and definitely, but of course, networking. Now, of course, is really easy. So how to communicate and how to expand or actually circles. So people around us, so of course, it's really easy. Well,
Yes.
and that's all about this topic. And now we have another topic. So we finished this. Okay, let's say goodbye to networking because we have nothing to talk about more.
Yeah.
And we have another actually, yeah, topic. Your
Comfort zone.
comfort zone, of
Sure.
course.
Sure.
Maybe, yes, that is really important.
Mm,
Uh, most of
try.
us, so we have a comfort zone. And what is this? Actually, the area that you are sure you feel comfortable in and you don't want to actually step out of it. What is that? That is your safe space. So,
Yes.
and maybe the reason that why some people can't, because they can step out of actually the safe place. And that is
Safe.
really
Safe.
important.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Well, that is really important. And now let me see if I can find this video. It will be great. So I think we can watch it. Just one moment. I think,
See if we try it.
okay.
How do you feel about trying new things? Such
Yes.
as a Change or
I
challenges.
think this one.
Wow.
Okay, well, let me share this video. It's a short video. Let's watch it together. I think it's good one. It's, of course, just watch it. So there is, there is no voice, I think. Let me see. Sorry, it doesn't have voice. So, okay, let's skip it. So, okay, it doesn't have voice, so we can't. Okay, no problem at all. So, okay, this one.
Somewhere right now, people are lining up to scare themselves, maybe with a thrill ride or horror movie. In fact, in October of 2015 alone, about 28 million people visited a haunted house in the US. But many consider this behavior perplexing, asking the question, what could possibly be fun about being scared? Fear has a bad rap, but it's not all bad. For starters, fear can actually feel pretty good. When a threat triggers our fight or flight response, our bodies prepare for danger by releasing chemicals that change how our brains and bodies function. This automatic response jumpstarts systems that can aid in survival. They do this by making sure we have enough energy and are protected from feeling pain, while shutting down non-essential systems, like critical thought. Feeling pain-free and energized while not getting caught up in worrisome thoughts that normally occupy our brains, that all sounds great. And it can be, because this response is similar, though not exactly the same, to what we experience in positive high arousal states, like excitement, happiness, and even during sex. The difference lays in the context. If we're in real danger, we're focused on survival, not fun. But when we trigger this high arousal response in a safe place, we can switch over to enjoying the natural high of being scared. It's why people on roller coasters can go from screaming to laughing within moments. Your body is already in a euphoric state. You're just relabeling the experience. And though the threat response is universal, research shows differences between individuals in how the chemicals associated with the threat response work. This explains why some are more prone to thrill-seeking than others. Other normal physical differences explain why some may love the dizziness associated with a loop-the-loop, while loathing the stomach drop sensation of a steep roller coaster. Or why some squeal with delight inside a haunted house, but retreat in terror if taken to an actual cemetery. Fear brings more than just a fun natural high. Doing things that we're afraid of can give us a nice boost of self-esteem. Like any personal challenge, whether it's running a race or finishing a long book, when we make it through to the end, we feel a sense of accomplishment. This is true even if we know we're not really in any danger. Our thinking brains may know the zombies aren't real, but our bodies tell us otherwise. The fear feels real, so when we make it through alive, the satisfaction and sense of accomplishment also feel real. This is a great evolutionary adaptation. Those who had the right balance of bravery and wit to know when to push through the fear and when to retreat were rewarded with survival, new food, and new lands. Finally, fear can bring people together. Emotions can be contagious, and when you see your friend scream and laugh, you feel compelled to do the same. This is because we make sense of what our friends are experiencing by recreating the experience ourselves. In fact, the parts of the brain that are active when our friend screams are active in us when we watch them. This not only intensifies our own emotional experience, but makes us feel closer to those we're with. The feeling of closeness during times of fear is aided by the hormone oxytocin, released during fight or flight. Fear is a powerful emotional experience, and anything that triggers a strong reaction is going to be stored in our memory really well. You don't want to forget what can hurt you. So, if your memory of watching a horror film with your friends is positive and left you with a sense of satisfaction, then you'll want to do it over and over again.
Wow. So it's not bad, actually. So why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be afraid of something. Yeah, sure.
Video. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, that is really good. So, what do you think? Yeah, of course, some people actually want to scare themselves because they feel actually enjoy it. They feel excited, and that is really interesting according to the video. So let me ask you, so about, I don't know, just going to like amusement park, I don't know, like for example, have you ever experienced something like this? And really, do you find it useful? So you're afraid, no, I'm not the one for watching horror film and scare myself. So what do you think?
Yes, I don't like horrible film, and
Horror
and
film.
I am not willing to try adventure game. I
Yeah.
yeah, I think that I am comfortable with the normal routine and very gentle. I think that gentle film. No, I don't like horrible film because it make me. I think that my mind is not good enough to uh, to watch and to observe some. I think that sometimes observe a difficult situation and threaten situation. I sometimes like I avoid to see. Even to that is in just the scene in the film, not real, unreal scenes, unreal situation, just in film. But I suffer a lot when I see that kind of film. And I'm afraid it make my mind afraid for a long time, more than a week after after I see horror film. So I don't
Ah.
dare to try. Yes,
Yeah, okay. Well,
I don't dare
first,
to
I
try.
neglected. You are not adventurous. You are not adventurous one. Like, uh,
Hi teacher, I don't see you anymore.
you
I
take,
can't hear you.
how about
Hi.
now?
Yes,
Hi,
yes,
I'm here.
it's
Yeah,
better now.
okay.
It's good now.
Well, actually, you prefer normal routine and gentle feeling. Just you are not
Gentle
adventurous.
feeling.
Yeah, not
Yes.
taking. So, and you don't really like, you're
Romantic.
not into, yeah, of course,
Yes.
really like horrible actually feeling. Horror movies horrible because actually, you feel like that they make you feel like, your mind is not in a good place, okay, to handle or observe. So you don't like it. You are not the one for this type of movie, okay? So for example, I don't know, when, as you said, when you have to face difficult or threatening situation, you maybe tend to avoid. You don't like watching. You are not the one. You can say, I'm not the one.
I'm not the one.
I'm not the
Not
one for, I don't know, horror films. I'm not the one for
horrible
adventure.
film.
Yeah, of course. You can't
Adventure.
handle. Of course, you can't handle. You don't like it. So actually, you suffer a lot, as you said, when watching, this type of films. And actually, these films leave you just, feeling afraid. So they leave you feeling afraid for a long time. So because of this, you don't like it, okay? So you don't dare to, I don't know, try anymore. So you don't like it. You are not one. Okay, well, so of course, I used to
Leave
be,
you.
I don't know, but not now. I think I used to be, I was really adventurous. Not now. I don't know, maybe something related to my age. I don't know, maybe. Yeah. So, actually, we
Scared
have
of,
some idioms. Let's talk about the first
scared
one.
of my
Scared
wit.
out of my wits. What is the meaning? You can see.
Scared of my wits.
Extremely, of course,
Frightened.
afraid. Yeah, or frightened. Let's see if we use it
Struggling.
or no. Yes. Actually, this idiom is a bit maybe formal, a bit formal, okay? It's not super common and casual. So, of course, but it's okay. You can use it. It's good one, of course. Why not? But it's like maybe a little bit formal, but you can use it as well. Okay. I get scared out of my wits when I have a deliver long speech in English. So, oh, I have to. So, yeah, some people, yeah. Well, and so extremely scared. That is actually the meaning of it. And let's see if we can find any other idiom or maybe synonym that we normally use. Yes,
Yeah.
it's good. Freaked out is better. Freaked out. It's really common.
Fact. Fact.
Freaked out,
Fact.
of course. Yeah, I was freaked out. Okay, that is the meaning of I got, I was scared out of my wits. So
Yeah,
it
my
means
wits. Yeah.
extremely, of course, extremely frightened. This one is conversational. Okay. So for example,
Yeah.
when I saw, I don't know, that snake on the trail, like, I was freaked out. So this one is better.
Fact
Well, so
out.
tell me about the experience that you got scared out of your wits or you freaked out. Tell me about the
Yes.
experiences.
Yes, sometimes I often present. I often need to present a product information as some service of my company in front of client. So I need to present, but I think that every time I at the beginning I was very uh, em- embarrassing, but time by time I am getting more experience, and I need to prepare well the presentation, and I need to try sometime before that meeting, before the speech. So I think that uh, I am confident to be in front of a crowd. But the matter is that sometimes I lose focus when I am in front of a crowd. So someone told me advised me some way to be more focused immediately. At that time, I need to breathe in deeply, so my blood can run fast to my hands, and so I can take focus immediately. And
Wow.
there are some people said me need to hold tightly my hand, so it helped me to focus more. So yes, so that is some tips that help me to be more focused when I am in front of a crowd, and especially for a very long presentation. It should take about can take about 1 hour and more. So I think that so far I'm still not very good speaker, but I hope that in the future my presentation skill can be improved,
Yeah, of
especially
course.
in English. Yes, because
Yeah.
here if we can have a good to speak in front of people, especially in English, I think that is a very good job here in Vietnam.
Of course, definitely yes, and I definitely agree with you, and of course you will. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really normal to feel like
and
sometimes that is really,
yeah,
oh, just let me,
yeah, and that is a very
okay, erase
interesting job.
this.
I think. Yes, I think it's very suitable with you also. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
I think
oh, really? So let's move.
your
Let's move.
career, teaching career need to
Yeah,
be in a crowded student to
yeah,
Yeah, to explain about the lesson. I think that is very suitable for your career.
Yeah,
Yes.
so thank you for the advice. So I will, of course, I will think about it. So why not? So one day you will see that I will move to your country. Yes,
Yes.
but yeah, who knows? Who knows? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, of course. So
So I think that I talked about that that opportunity sometime teacher, because I see that your voice is very nice, and I think that
oh,
there are many course here. Vietnamese people, they they need negative teachers, and they need to improve their English. Yeah, it's really
oh.
like in my country. So,
Oh, thank you
yeah.
so much. First of all, for your compliment about my voice, thank you so much. And I like, actually, yes. So I hope so. Like in different countries, when I talk to actually people, so that it's like, when, especially when it comes to technology and modern world, so everyone, I think, so I always say that it's not a choice anymore. So we, people have to learn English. There is no other choice, because this is actually international language that we can communicate with each other, we can talk to each other. So that is, I think, really exciting. That's now I can easily talk to you like from another country. That is perfect, actually. When we notice, like, wow, what we're doing right now, in the past, like, for example, you and me, we couldn't, because of course I have no idea, and that is your effort, because of course I have no idea about your language, but you are really good. Actually, my language, that is perfect. So it's like about, just working, and actually about in every career. So of course, being teacher is really a rewarding job, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, maybe one day I will, of course, who knows? So I will
Yeah.
immigrate
Hope
to
so.
your country, yeah, to be a teacher, who knows?
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot to talk about this topic. That is really good topic to talk about. And we have some idioms that we will actually talk about. But unfortunately, there is no time for now. So tomorrow, again, we will keep going with the rest of this topic. And of course, I will give you more alternatives. So how to talk about this, stepping out of your comfort zone. Well, so let's skip for now. And tomorrow, again, we'll
Yes.
discuss it. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for being perfect again. And it was really good time with you. Have a wonderful Saturday.
Yeah. Thank you so much, teacher,
You're
for your lesson, for
welcome.
your great
You're
teacher
welcome.
lesson.
You're welcome. And see you
Bye.
tomorrow.
See you
Goodbye.
tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Uh, yeah.